Hey Oak Island fans, welcome back, the channel where mystery meets history, and where centuries-old secrets might finally be unraveling. Today, we're diving deep into Season 12, Episode 21 of The Curse of Oak Island, titled, The Solution. And let me tell you, this might be the most crucial episode yet in the show's 12-year-long quest to solve the greatest treasure mystery of all time. If you've been following along this season, then you know the emotional roller coaster we've been riding. One minute we're drilling down with confidence, the next we're staring into an empty shaft. But this episode, it's not just another step forward, it's a giant leap into uncharted territory. So grab your maps, tighten your boots, and let's break down what makes this episode a potential game-changer in the hunt for the legendary Oak Island treasure. To truly appreciate the gravity of Episode 21, we have to look back at where we left off in Episode 20. The team had high hopes for Shaft 6, placed strategically near RP1 and RP2, locations that had previously sparked excitement with possible ties to the elusive money pit. Rick Legina, with hope etched into every word he spoke, thought this might finally be the lead they'd been waiting for. But after days of digging, measuring, and breathless anticipation, it came up empty. No treasure, no vault, no undeniable proof. The disappointment was palpable. You could see it in Rick's eyes, a familiar mixture of frustration and heartbreak. But just as the dream seemed to slip away once again, Marty Legina brought up an old theory with new urgency, the solution channel. A possible man-made or natural underground path that could explain why the vault continues to elude them. What if the treasure wasn't lost, just moved? While Shaft 6 left them hanging, the swamp, was singing a different tune. Gary Drayton, the metal-detecting wizard we've all grown to love, unearthed yet another mysterious timber. This wasn't just any stick in the mud, this could be part of the theorized wall that Fred Nolan long believed was hidden beneath the muck. If true, it supports the idea that the swamp isn't just a natural bog but a carefully engineered piece of the island's centuries-old puzzle. That alone would have been enough to fuel weeks of speculation. But wait, there's more. On Lot 5, the team uncovered another intriguing pink bead, almost identical to one previously found and dated to the 1600s. Alongside it, a military button and a hand-drawn map, both containing symbols associated with the Knights Templar and the Knights of Malta. The theories that once sounded like fantasy are now backed by artifacts, physical proof that something very old and very secret may have happened here. And now we get to the heart of it. Episode 21 introduces what may be the boldest plan the Fellowship of the Dig has ever attempted, exploring the solution channel directly. For years, it's been theorized. A ghost of a possibility. But now, cutting-edge ground-penetrating radar is giving them a glimpse of what lies beneath, and it's not random. The scans reveal deliberate structures under the swamp. Engineered. Hidden. Connected. With winter breathing down their necks, and the risk of another shutdown season looming, the team is charging forward. They're not drilling cautiously. They're diving in. This isn't just a tunnel. This could be the key, a secret channel possibly used to transport or hide treasure, running silently under the island all this time. If it connects the swamp, the money pit, and maybe even Lot 5, then the entire landscape of the mystery changes. This isn't just another dig. This is a historic move, one that could lead directly to the treasure, or at the very least, to an undeniable truth. And just when your heart starts racing with anticipation, the trailer drops a bombshell. There is something 40 feet down, and 14 feet long. What the heck is that? Cue the wide eyes and drop jaws. This isn't just another piece of timber or rusty nail. This is something entirely unique. Something that looks pre-discovery era, before the island was ever found. That's treasure, a team member says, plainly. The only one of its kind. And then comes the line that sets the whole fanbase on fire. This could be medieval. They're talking Knights Templar. They're talking Knights of Malta. The possibility that a secretive, religious military order made their way across the Atlantic centuries before Columbus isn't just being whispered, it's being investigated. And guess what? We could get an answer if we go to Malta, one says. Then let's go. When you put all the clues on the board, it's hard not to feel like we're nearing a climax. Ground-penetrating radar revealing structured anomalies. The swamp offering evidence of man-made engineering. Artifacts pointing toward ancient European religious orders. And now, a mysterious, singular object buried 40 feet below the surface that has the entire team buzzing. These aren't just coincidences anymore. These are converging clues. And what's more, they all suggest intention. That someone, or some group, built this. Hid something. Left a trail. We've said for years that Oak Island is too elaborate, too clever, too planned to be a fluke. And now, the solution channel could prove that someone had a plan to bury, and perhaps retrieve, something of immense value. Let's talk about Malta for a second. This isn't just a throwaway line or a producer's tease to stretch the season. If the team is flying to Malta, it means they believe what they've found on Oak Island has direct ties to the Knights of Malta, an elite group with connections to the Crusades, ancient secrets, and possibly even the Templars themselves. That means this mystery could expand beyond Nova Scotia. Imagine that, the Oak Island story opening up across the Atlantic. Artifacts found on a tiny island in Canada leading us to ancient European orders, secret maritime routes, and a potential hidden history no one taught in school. It's bold. It's thrilling. And it's exactly the kind of international twist this story has been building toward for years. So where does that leave us now? Episode 21 of Season 12 doesn't just feel like another step, it feels like a leap. Between the data, the discoveries, and the determination, the Fellowship of the Dig is closer than ever to answering the ultimate question: is the Oak Island treasure real? And maybe more importantly, can it finally be found? As the season barrels toward its snowy finale, the pressure is on. The tools are in place. The team is united. And the island, well, it's finally whispering its secrets. Whether it ends with gold, ancient relics, or undeniable historical proof, we're about to witness a major turning point. One way or another, this could be the season we stop calling it a curse, and start calling it a discovery. And here's something you really need to consider: if the solution channel turns out to be real, functional, and historically significant, it redefines how we view the engineering behind this whole operation. We've always known the money pit was complex: flooded tunnels, booby traps, and layered shafts. But what if it wasn't just one isolated trap? What if Oak Island is part of a much larger, interconnected network of systems built with military precision centuries ago? That kind of sophistication wouldn't just point to treasure hunters, it would suggest an organized force with serious knowledge, like the Templars or even the Knights of Malta. And suddenly, the theory that this island was used for a secretive religious or political purpose doesn't sound so far-fetched. Then there's the emotional layer. We often get caught up in the treasure, the theories, the clues, but think about the people behind this journey. For Rick Lagina, this isn't just about proving something to the world. It's personal. He's carried this dream since childhood. Every disappointment hits him deeply. Every potential breakthrough brings that spark back to his eyes. And as we saw in this episode, even after yet another setback with Shaft 6, he's still out there. Still digging. Still believing. That kind of perseverance is the heart of this entire story, and it's what makes us keep watching. Meanwhile, Marty, ever the skeptic turned believer, is thinking 5 steps ahead. His interest in the solution channel shows how far he's come from being the numbers guy. He's seen enough at this point to know the island has more to offer than failed digs and folklore. And when someone like Marty starts putting serious weight behind a new theory, you know it's worth watching. He's a pragmatist. If he's backing this plan, it means the data is pointing in the right direction. Let's also not forget the incredible role of technology in this episode. A decade ago, they were using standard drills and sonar. Now, we're looking at high-resolution ground-penetrating radar that's capable of painting a digital map of what's under the island. It's no longer guesswork, it's science. And science is starting to confirm what legends have hinted at for centuries. The fact that we can now see these hidden structures, long before a shovel hits the dirt, means we're entering a whole new era of exploration. Less destruction. More precision. More answers. And speaking of answers, let's not overlook the growing international scope of the mystery. Malta. France. The Middle East. We're talking about a story that potentially spans continents and centuries. If this episode ends with the team planning a trip to Malta, that means they're chasing clues across the globe. This isn't just about what's buried, it's about who buried it, and why. That kind of global connection makes this hunt bigger than Oak Island itself. It makes it a chapter in a much older book, one written by secret orders, lost explorers, and untold ambition. So, as we look ahead to what's next, one thing is crystal clear: Oak Island is not done talking. If anything, it's finally starting to reveal its story, one layer, one channel, one buried relic at a time. And whether it ends in gold, ancient texts, or a hidden truth that rewrites history, we're here for every minute of it. Because this isn't just a treasure hunt anymore, it's a revelation waiting to happen. And who knows? The solution might just be the episode that tips the scales. Stay tuned, treasure hunters, it's getting good.